Hi everybody, my name is Beth Ritter-Guth, and this is the Independent Druid channel. So it's a brand new channel, all about being a modern druid and what that means. So this is a brief introduction video just to explain what I believe in, and this may not be your cup of tea, and that's okay. Feel free to look at some other folks, and I'm going to have some links down below for other resources that are out there for those who are interested in Druidry and the Druid path. So, some simple claims. Modern Druidry, no matter who's talking about it, is based on our understanding of Druid practice. And so there aren't a lot of texts that exist about actual Druids, because Druids, although they were literate, did not write anything down because language was considered sacred. So it was an oral tradition, and when the Druids were conquered by the Romans, there was nothing written, and what little was written in the Druid colleges that existed was all burned to the ground. So everything that anybody tells you about Druidry is either going to be from accounts written by people who conquered them, the Romans, or it's going to be our best guess at the sources that we have. So I'm not going to go into the history of Druidry. There are tons of channels out there that talk about it. I'm going to link down a video by Erith Ferger, I think I'm saying his name right, which I think is pretty good. So you can take a look at that. There are two different kinds of druids. There are religious druids and there are philosophical druids. There are some people who look at Druidry as more of a religious practice. I am not that type. I am a philosophical druid, so my religion is Christianity and Druidry is a philosophy. And that's an important distinction, because where other druids might talk about gods and goddesses, I don't, that's not my religious practice, so that's not what I talk about. So if that's what you know, that you honor and you uphold, that's absolutely fine. Because the one thing about Druidry, and one of the reasons I'm so drawn to it, as a path-based philosophy, you can have your own path. My job is not to convert you to my path. My job is not to be converted by you on your path. So we have a respect, an infinite respect, for the different pathways that exist to spirit. So, so there's no judgment either way. Me going your way, and I won't accept judgment on my way, right? So, as an independent druid, and the reason I'm independent is because I don't belong to a grove, and I don't believe I want to belong to a grove. I don't do the same, I don't do the rituals that Druids do, because it's not my religious practice. I have rituals in my Christianity. I'm an independent Christian, so I also don't really subscribe to a denomination, although I was raised in a very religious capacity. But I've moved away from the church. But I am spiritual. So I do have some rituals and things that I do, definitely around the 8-wheel cycle, which I'll be talking about throughout the channel, but they don't necessarily align with what maybe Obad is doing or what other folks do. I am not a witch. I don't know anything about witchcraft or Wicca, but I do know that those are different things. But I do know that they have something called a solitary practitioner in witchcraft, and I would be the equivalent of that in Druidry. I'm independent, and so this channel is for others who are like me, who don't belong to a grove. And this is not a judgment statement, but when I look at the big organizations, OBOD being the biggest one, it just reminds me of church and everything I didn't like about church. There's politics, and there's ego, and there's all this crap that I don't want any part of. So I kind of do my own thing, and I like to talk with like-minded people. I actually have been in the closet for many, many years as a philosophical druid, just because most people just don't understand, and they don't get it, and I was a missionary, and I was going to be a nun at one time, so I'm very connected to a religious community with whom I still agree about many things. Some things I've grown away from. No judgment to me, no judgment to them, just things that I've walked away from. And so I get a lot of heat from them who have, thinking I've fallen off the earth. But, the Christianity part, the belief in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, that is still the same. So I've never ever wavered on that. So so this channel is for people like me who don't want to join anything, who don't want to have to pay $1 million to learn something. Like, it just the organized stuff just reminds me of church, and I don't want to do that. So that's what this channel is about. This channel is for people like me who couldn't find anything about Independent Druids, and people who talked honestly about it, right? Who talk like everything we do is made up because we don't really know, right? Like, we don't know. So what is it we do, and why do we do it, and what are the things that we hold true? So that's what this channel is about. I am not an expert. I am not a historian. I am not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or therapist. I'm just putting this channel together because I'm hoping to meet other people who are like me. And I'm wishing you all the best in light and love, and welcome to the channel. Please hit like and subscribe and make a nice comment, or not a nice one if you want to, because it helps in the algorithm and it helps get the video out there. My channel is not monetized, so I don't make any money from this work. All right, be well, take care, thank you, and I will see you next time.